Okay, Thomas, this is a very, very special moment in the history of Thomas and Thomas driving the Beetle through Dutch real estate PropTech land.
Yeah.
Today we have our first trip international.
Yeah.
We go to Paris. Paris.
Great.
We go to Paris. The only thing is, today and tomorrow the biggest real estate event of the Netherlands is Provada. So first we have to go to the Provada and we're gonna pick there our next guest.
Yeah.
And
Sophie Mathieu.
Sophie Mathieu.
Yeah.
So Thomas, then always my question. What do you know about Sophie?
Sophie is on a mission.
Yeah.
She really lives PropTech, and all around the world she organizes as MIPIM PropTech events where the top of real estate tech companies, but also the owners, they meet, they learn from one another, and she makes that connection.
Wow. We're gonna meet there, and after that we're gonna drive to Paris.
To Paris!
Here we come!
Met deze kever reden we naar Beijing en Kaapstad. Onderweg hebben we grenzen verkend en bijzondere mensen en culturen ontmoet.
Nu rijden we met kleurrijke mensen uit het vastgoed langs en soms over de digitale grenzen op zoek naar innovatie.
Oké, let's go!
Welcome in the Beetle.
Thank you. I'm super happy to be here. That's a great experience.
Thank you. We are like to know a little bit more about you and what you are doing for the MIPIM.
Okay, I'm working for the MIPIM, which is the largest international real estate event we organize every year in Cannes, south of France. I'm specifically leading the innovation and PropTech topics for the MIPIM event. I'm here specifically because for the PropTech we are organizing a new event specifically dedicated to technologies for the real estate market called MIPIM PropTech. The edition coming within 2 weeks on June 20 and 21st is MIPIM PropTech Europe for the European market. And we have another one for the North American market called MIPIM PropTech New York.
PropTech.
PropTech only.
It's our mission. Eh?
Exactly.
Can you tell me what is your drive?
There is a large need from the market to understand what is PropTech. Every company is talking about PropTech, but a lot of corporate from the real estate talk about PropTech, but they don't know exactly what is PropTech, or at least they don't know how to create value for their business, how to create opportunity for their business. And also they don't know specifically what is blockchain, artificial intelligence, what is crowdfunding, etc. So within the MIPIM PropTech, we're gonna spend time to explain what is the technology, what are the companies, the startups and the tech companies behind these technologies, what kind of added value that create for the business. Also from the tech part is to understand how to work with corporate, which is another pace, maybe less flexibility, understand needs on the market.
It sounds like educating the market.
Yeah, it's a large part of educating the market, gathering the two communities actually under one roof, but also it's about making business.
We are standing in front of the Provada, one of the largest Dutch real estate events. How do you think about the Provada and the PropTech?
The Dutch market has always been pioneer in terms of innovation and PropTech. So that's really logical that Provada is highlighting the PropTech with all the startups, the Dutch startups and the innovation. and they're doing great actually.
Okay.
You see that the Netherlands is a little bit ahead if you look at Europe in total?
Yeah, it's ahead. I mean, it's not the only one.
Call the other one, no problem.
The UK is also. Yeah, because actually North America was in advance compared to Europe, and UK is the entry door for the trends, you know, coming from North America. France is getting really great with a very dynamic PropTech market too, and real estate players that understand what is the value of PropTech. But still, there's a lot of, you know, things to do.
Education and business to do.
Exactly.
We're driving around in this Beetle, of course with a mission, and I think a mission we share. Missionaries of the PropTech development in the Netherlands. This is the first time for Thomas and Thomas to go abroad.
Okay, good.
And we're very proud.
Yeah, we're very proud, and MIPIM, of course,
we're proud too to welcome you, actually.
It's an institute, so we're very proud to be here. One takeaway for the people at home. What is the top 3 PropTech what real estate should know?
I would say that there is like revolution for the real estate. The real estate market is changing to pay attention to consumers, which from my standpoint is one of the latest industries that have made this transformation. Important for the real estate is to understand what are the needs of the users. So it can be the occupiers, but it can be the individuals, the person. For that you need to know them. You need to provide services, you need to add value to your building, your neighborhood, to attract them, to attract talents. I think that it is the most important topic or things to understand. And then you have all these technologies coming to support that. Collecting the data, the big data, the artificial intelligence for your building to understand what is the traffic, how the users use the building. Co-working and workplace is booming now. Also because coming from the users' needs.
It's a user movement.
Exactly.
Organized already a MIPIM PropTech in New York. What was the best thing the audience learned about the first MIPIM PropTech?
I mean, what they learn is to work together because there is still a large gap between the tech community. Even if they have very advanced or very nice technologies, they need to understand the real needs of the market. And on the contrary, you have the corporates. They need to understand how the tech companies work and what they can bring to them, which is a challenge actually. If these two communities can work together, because you have also a challenge between generations. They understand to work and to speak the same language. There is also not only a transformation of the business, like externally of the building, but there is an internal transformation of the way you organize your company and the profile you attract within your teams.
Can you give an example of a company who changed its strategy?
I'm sure the OVG changing their name to the Age, having this brand, actually that's pretty revolution for the market. They are selling a brand now, and the asset is a brand. It's not just a building, that's a brand. I assume that there is a transformation in terms of implementation behind that.
So after you, we need Koen van Oostrum in this Beetle.
Yeah, I think I would be happy actually for him to be in my seat, maybe driving the car. And actually is gonna be part of our speakers, talking about the opportunities and the business that bring to the real estate market, including implementing the technologies.
We as PropTech companies come to Paris, of course, to the MIPIM. We want to invite much more PropTech companies. Give us 2 or 3 pointers why they should come.
First, to represent the Dutch market, which is one of the more advanced market of PropTech and innovation. They should come if they want to make business. Dutch market is pretty small in terms of volume, so maybe Benelux or France or Germany would be interesting for them, even the UK. So if they want to meet with decision makers coming from the corporate markets, meaning developers, investors, brokers, facility managers, etc., that's a great place to come. And also it's a great marketplace to position their expertise, in position the company as entry point for their technology and services.
Sophie, we are almost finished. We like to ask you our last question.
Okay.
So what do you think is the biggest trend in PropTech?
Number one is data. Behind that you have artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Every market is talking about that,
Yeah.
but specifically the real estate.
Yeah.
It's impacting the strategy, the management, the knowledge of your customers. And I would add workspace.
Okay,
Workspace. So 2 words.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence and workspace.
Perfect. Sophie, it was great to have you in the Beetle.
Thanks, that was
We see you
really
in 2
good.
weeks in Paris.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Orange
Thank you.
Beetle.
And orange.
And you
Okay.
guys, thanks, bye.
Geen aflevering missen van deze trip
Abonneer je dan nu.
en je mist nooit een nieuwtje.